Ready to try this again?
Yeah.
So, excuse the sniffles and the and
all
the coughing.
bullshit.
Everything gross and bodily. We have colds and or extreme allergies.
I don't know what the fuck this is. I hate it.
It's kicking our ass.
Hate it.
Kill us right now. So, what we have going on today is pretty fucking special.
Love it.
We went to go see Hereditary, and it was fucking amazing.
Loved it.
And so we're basically just doing a whole special episode all about horror movies or movies in general that just kind of like really freaked us out, really got under our skin, movies that we just kind of can't stop thinking about. But before that, we're gonna do a rundown of Hereditary and what we thought about it.
You know what I think right now? Chunky tea is really fucking unsettling. There's garlic in my tea. I hate it.
Okay, so we're not going to do any TILs today because we're going to do like a super emotional what the fuck Hereditary did to us on an emotional level. But we are going to do our What's New in Entertainment because that's a brand new segment. And yeah, so we want to kind of just go over the stuff that we did this last week that has been super exciting, even though for us this last week has been 2 days.
Oh my god.
We're recording so much because you're leaving. So.
Yes. Pretty hard.
Okay. We talked about not repeating movies, and so this is technically not breaking that because I haven't announced all this stuff yet, but I bought the Blu-ray collection of Scream and Happy Death Day and It, and I'm really fucking excited because the Scream collection has the first 3 movies, and also it has a documentary by Ryan Turek called Still Screaming, and it also has like 90 minutes of like new behind the scenes stuff, which, you know, is my jam. I love that shit.
That's gonna be exciting.
I'm really excited. I'm probably just gonna spend like the entire time while you guys are gone
just
watching all that shit. Yeah.
I love it.
Mean, can you blame me? It's
I'm sure Dee
favorite
will
thing.
join you.
Probably. I'll have to explain it all. I'll be like, well, who's that? What's that? I'll be like, it's a guy who's killing people.
I don't think she like asks a bunch of questions. She just likes to
be part of the people.
Just make like jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't joke about my Scream.
Well, if it's like stupid stuff, like if Ghostface is chasing you and they go fucking upstairs.
Yeah.
She's like, why the fuck did you go
Yeah.
upstairs?
She's pretty smart like that. Blah, blah, blah. You can go.
Okay. So a couple of things. I'm on season 2 of The Exorcist, which is
finally
so far the last season of The Exorcist.
Ugh.
I know.
I'm so sad about that shit.
Yeah. So, people have been like here and there tweeting Amazon Prime Video to pick it up for their streaming.
Fucking hope this. That would be really cool.
That would be really good. Because this show has so much space for growth.
Absolutely.
That
especially because they're turning it, or they did turn it into more like an anthology thing, where you only follow the 2 main exorcists.
Tomas and Marcus,
but then, like, the family stories are different. That could have been so cool.
It could have been amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm also kind of not surprised because Fox
is fucking stupid.
Fox has a problem with canceling shows people actually like. We're not gonna name it Firefly.
Yeah.
But I'm delirious.
So much cold medicine, so much allergy medicine.
Garlic. I deleted. Wow. I tweeted Amazon Prime Video, and I was like, "Fucking pick this shit up."
Right.
Like,
I need to do that too. We should do that just like all day, every day. Just,
right.
Like, Amazon Exorcist.
Amazon. Yeah. It's so good. It's so good. Plus, also, I've met John Cho, and I just love him.
He's amazing.
I'm really attached to it.
And then also, the chick who plays Verity and also Negasonic Teenage Warhead. She's amazing.
Oh, God.
And Tragedy Girls.
Brittany something? No, Bethany? It starts with a B.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. She's cool.
And then we did a little extension on the,
Trying to type as quietly as possible. What's her name? Oh, that was the whole point. It was to look up her name. Brianna. Oh my god.
There she
Brianna
is.
Hildebrand.
There we go. She's sweet. I like how it pulled up Josh Hutcherson.
That's because that movie is amazing. That's on my like really fucked up movie list. Detention. It's so good.
Huh.
It's so good. It's so trippy. It's like time travel slasher, but like high school.
Weird.
It's so weird.
Weird. Okay. Fuck, what else?
Books.
Oh, I'm like losing my mind. Yeah, we went to Half Price today.
Yay.
So that's
to
really
prepare
exciting.
for the book club.
Yes, so just because I am who I am and I don't venture very far out of what I already know, since I haven't had a bunch of time to do a bunch of research on what books I should be picking up, we picked up Pet Sematary, Dreamcatcher,
Bunch of Stephen King shit.
Firestarter. There it is. I almost said Firewatch. I was like, no, it's a video game.
That's Joe Hill. Never mind. Joe Hill did a book called The Firefighter. Was it Joe Hill? I don't remember. Something Firefighter.
Yes.
Okay.
It was Joe Hill. Yeah.
AKA Stephen King's son.
AKA Owen King. Anyway.
Is it really?
I think it's Owen.
I thought he had two sons, and I thought that Owen was the one who actually wrote with Stephen King.
Like twice.
Yeah, and he doesn't mind actually having the Stephen King name.
Maybe.
Whereas...
Maybe it's another one of the King brothers, or King sons keep both. Whatever.
We're special today.
I'm really dying.
I'm really happy you're going to read more of Stephen King. Hopefully you'll be interested in watching the movies now.
It's not that I wasn't interested in watching the movies. I just haven't had much of the ability to, you know? Other than, The Mist, The Shining.
A lot of the more contemporary.
Yeah.
Well, The Shining was just mainstream.
The Shining was mainstream. But just, what's come through in, streaming services is what I've been able to watch.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because, Misery hasn't come through. Pet Sematary, if it comes through, I miss it.
I actually think it's on Netflix right now.
Oh, I should watch Misery.
It's either on Netflix or Hulu.
Should watch Misery because
Pet Sematary.
I love Kathy Bates.
And
But
Misery.
fine.
Misery.
I think
haven't gotten that yet.
what's the other one? Christine is on Netflix.
I also have it on DVD. So if
that was the one you were telling me.
Yeah, I just bought. So I have Tommyknockers and I have Christine on DVD, but I actually don't have them on VHS. But I found both of them on VHS today too. So that's pretty fucking exciting.
Button. I lost my T button.
But that's really all of our news. We didn't do much in the last 2 days. Except for this.
So,
we are
TIL.
literally... Okay, so we can, I guess, just jump into the theme because the theme is awesome. So we're going to talk about Hereditary, and we're not going to talk too much about the actual movie. We're just kind of going to talk about what we felt and, the main things and the main focuses of the movie for us, because we're going to do a special Patreon episode that goes into a review and we discuss it in length and we give our ratings and so on and so forth. So I basically just have to say that I fucking hurt because it was...
You were really tense.
I was so tense.
I have to yell because I'm trying to do the nosebleed thing where it's just tilt your head back. I'm gonna choke on myself.
Ew. It's really fun being right next to her right now.
Listen, your husband was the sick one.
Yeah.
If you transferred that shit
but
over
I'm not
here,
sick.
You could be a carrier.
I can.
If you're the carrier, I'm gonna fight you.
But I'm not I don't know.
It's okay.
I literally slept on the couch.
I'm not blaming
for 3 days. I washed my hands. I didn't kiss him for 3 days because I didn't want to get sick. Because Flynn. I didn't want this.
I'm not blaming you.
I'm blaming me because I don't want to be the carrier.
No. Don't blame yourself. I'm just being an asshole with my garlic tea.
No, I remember what happened last time someone got you sick.
Oh, I was pissed.
I know. I don't want to be at the end of that.
I mean, so there's what happened with that, where it was just highly inconsiderate.
Yeah.
But then there's like, oh no, I'm sorry, the germs were on me. Because that situation was highly fucking inconsiderate. Yeah. I didn't even own up to it. Fucking.
Moving on.
Still too hot. Ugh, garlic tea. Ugh.
Oh. It smells amazing, by the way.
Oh, it's fucking gross. I mean, maybe it's gross. I don't know. I can't taste anything. But just garlic. Ugh.
Okay, Hereditary.
Okay, hi. You were really tense.
I was. Okay, so we're not gonna, like I said, we're not gonna do a full, thing. We're just gonna talk about it a little bit. But, so, okay, I have just in my notes that I hurt because I was so tense, and I was literally shaking for, half of the movie. It was so fucking well done.
It was really good.
It was beautiful.
What's that director's name again?
I don't know. It wasn't anyone like...
No, but it's his, breakout, he did... Oh, no, it was a writer. He did, he helped with other movies, and then this was his, first, full feature.
Well, the director and the writer was Ari Aster. I don't know. Has he done anything else?
There's a Munchausen movie?
Yeah.
Damn.
No, he hasn't really... He's done a bunch of shorts. Literally, this was his first full-length feature film. Was Hereditary.
Maybe I'm thinking about somebody else. I remember hearing something about a writer / director / whatever that worked on a bunch of helped with a bunch of bigger name movies, but then this was their first movie.
No, I was talking about for Upgrade, Lee Winnell.
Oh God.
Yeah, Lee Winnell is the guy who writes along with James Wan, who did Upgrade, and this was his first directorial debut.
Thank you. I could have swore one of the fucking YouTube channels I was on today said that same shit about this movie though.
Well, then they're wrong.
They fucking suck.
But it was so intense. It was so well done. The atmosphere that it fucking created was amazing, and I was terrified, and that was amazing. It's really hard to scare me.
It was tense as balls.
But yeah, so what did I say? I said so when it came out at Overlook Film Festival,
yeah,
I actually made a point, because I love spoiling movies. Don't judge me.
If I think a movie might be too much for me, I'll look up the plot. Or
that was exactly why I did this.
I'll look into it, watch YouTube videos and stuff, and try and figure out what other people say about it before I go head in and potentially really damage my psyche.
Which, I mean, this wasn't super damaging, but it's definitely gonna sit with me.
They made it sound a lot worse than it was.
I mean, there was some things that I'm gonna have to check the fucking corners of my ceiling.
Oh, somebody on Twitter is starting to do a corner challenge.
A corner challenge? What the fuck is a corner challenge?
He said he's got a picture of him in a corner, and he's like, anybody who's seen Hereditary, it's time for the corner challenge. I'm like, I fucking hate you.
No, that sounds like the worst thing ever.
But then somebody was like, I'm seeing a lot of broken towel racks. It's like, yeah, you're right.
Fuck. But yeah, so when I looked up a full synopsis, because literally the entire movie, FYI, if you want to spoil, it's on Wikipedia under the plot. You can literally see the whole movie. But since I read this 2 months ago, I didn't remember a single fucking thing. I only remembered bits and pieces, and I was not expecting the rest. Blowing it is better than sniffing.
I hate my life. It's the miracle of nature. Because for some reason my body decided that the plants are trying to kill me.
So, M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening.
What?
The Happening.
I haven't seen that.
Good. It's literally the plot. It's Mark Wahlberg running around, breathing heavy, and the plants are killing people. It's the worst movie ever.
I mean, I'm not a fan of anything of his, really. He seems to just
you
stress me
had
out.
The Village on your
Okay, I do love The Village, but The Village is like the only Shyamalan movie I will like die for.
I mean, Sixth Sense, also with Toni
I haven't seen
Collette.
Sixth Sense.
What you can't see right now is my judging face of Mikayla.
And me slurping my tea with garlic and honey.
Oh my god. Okay, so there was a point in the movie where I was covering my eyes with my hands, but I was like kind of looking through them. But at the same time, I was crying because I was so fucking scared, but I was also smiling. So like, imagine what the fuck
was the best. I'm like watching the screen. I'm like watching Kayla on my peripherals. I'm like, oh my god,
I was so animated. Ever. I've never been that animated
best
in the theater.
Thing ever.
It was great. And then like, well, okay, I said this in the notes. I was like, I want to know if you guys can guess what scene I'm talking about because it's pretty fucking obvious what scene I was talking about.
It's really quiet.
Yeah, it's insane.
So hint, hint, quiet scene, like a quiet place.
Yeah.
Which actually, I will say that between this movie and A Quiet Place, I had a lot more anxiety during A Quiet Place.
Really?
Yeah.
I get that because the pacing in this one was way different.
Yeah.
This one was very much like it eats at your soul, whereas that one was like thrill ride monster movie. And it's a different movie entirely.
It was the Cloverfield paradox we deserved.
We deserved and never got. But yeah, Toni Collette is a fucking horror goddess.
We are tweeting Toni for Oscar.
Yes.
That's
yes, Toni for Oscar.
She deserves it. She had every opportunity in the world to be way over the top, and she was perfect.
Oh my god. I think actually the only thing that ever took me out of it was the son's crying. I understand that it was like him actually terrified.
Alex Wolff had points for me where it was too forced. It was too awkward teenager.
Yeah.
It was a little too much.
Especially at the beginning.
At the beginning, at the party. Yeah, those 2 points. The party especially was so forced, it took me out of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, but that's
He's like, I like you. Hello.
Yeah. But that was so minimal in it that it was like you forgot about it as soon as... Because that happens like 30 minutes in. The movie is 2 fucking hours, which I thought was going to be too much. And I thought it was going to like traumatize me. But it was really well done.
Yeah, it was a good time frame.
And 2 hours made it work. There was never any real moment where I was upset at it.
I don't know. It looked, from my peripherals, it looked like you started crying like 3 times.
I did. I just said.
No, I mean outside of that.
Oh, yeah. Well, there was that one scene at the beginning-ish in the first act that terrified me and like hurt
Your big
me.
like holy shit moment.
It hurt me. It was so...
I got tea on my tissue.
It was so amazing. That's really all I have to say. It's just fucking amazing. Go fucking see it.
I'm excited for our Patreon episode. I want to talk all about this shit.
I want to talk about all of it. But yeah, I'm really fucking excited. We're going to do that right now after we finish this episode.
No, we're stopping this. Bye.
Peace. But yeah, well, I like your note. It's 10 out of 10 buying the Blu-ray when it comes out because... What did you tell me that?
I saw an article that said that the movie was originally supposed to be 3 hours long, and there was a bunch of director's cut shit.
Yes.
That they were saying it was potential they may never release, but you're probably right that it'll be like an exclusive director's cut Blu-ray special edition. Blah blah blah.
It'll be the exclusive Blu-ray director's extended cut.
Collector's edition. 30th
Collector's
anniversary.
edition.
30th anniversary.
The 30th day anniversary.
Yeah, right.
That needs to be the first one they release because I really want to see. Okay, so this was supposed to be like originally when I made this theme, it was supposed to be movies that we probably would never watch again. But then I thought about it, and it's like the most traumatic movies are the best, and you have to show them to people at least.
No.
But this is the movie that
I will give you the movie. Don't play it around me. Not this one, though.
Oh, yeah, the one later. No, but Hereditary, when we got out, I actually saw it with my friend Paige, who was on the podcast a while ago. But we kind of agreed right afterwards that we would never see it again. But then after I thought about it, and I was like, A, I want to show this to people. And B, I need to see it again knowing what I know now.
Oh, yeah.
Because
if we
there was so much.
If we don't see it, like 1 or 2 more times while it's in theaters, I might scream.
Yeah, I want to see it again in theater.
There's, the YouTube videos I was watching this morning, they played a lot of, like, they had a lot of theories and shit. Okay. And that's stuff that I want to really look into as well.
Oh, absolutely.
If we, like, watch it 1 or 2 or 3 or 7 more times like I did for, Captain America Winter Soldier. Yeah. I saw that movie like 8 times in theaters.
Really?
Yes.
That was actually, I think, my least favorite of all of them.
I very, very much like Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, but I was, out of all the Avengers, I think Captain America was always my least favorite. He was too goody two shoes. Bucky
Barnes.
Yeah, but he's like...
Listen.
He's pretty. He's pretty.
He's pretty. He's got pretty makeup. I love him.
Okay, so did you have anything else to add to the Hereditary? Like, how did you feel?
I mean, I was fine because I like prep for it. Yeah.
Well, like, how'd you prep?
I watched YouTube videos of people talking about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I kind of had an understanding of what was going on when I came into it. But they didn't go into, like, extreme detail about it, so I wasn't...
Like, non-spoilery videos?
No, they were definitely spoilers.
Okay.
But it wasn't, like, to the extreme of, like...
A full plot synopsis?
Yeah, exactly. It was very much like the YouTube videos I watched were just discussions. Yeah. It wasn't like them doing, like, chronological spoilers. It was just them talking about it. Yeah. So it helped a lot to ease my, like, going in anxiety about it. But... I mean, I did fine.
It was just such a fucking good movie. I loved it so much. I do want to see it again. Unfortunately, with our movie pass, we'll have to actually buy the next tickets, but oh fucking well.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Whatever. As long as we see, like, a matinee, it's really cheap. Well, really cheap is also... Quotes. But yeah, so the rest of the discussion, the full, like, plot discussion and reviews and ratings and stuff will be on our Patreon episode, airing on Wednesday. Let's talk about our traumatic movies.
This is a traumatic movie. My life is a traumatic movie.
That's why, like, when we were like, let's talk about the movies that traumatized us the most, and I'm like, what movie is coming out that we can, like, pair this with? We were both like, fucking Hereditary.
No, my life is a traumatic movie. Hereditary was fine.
But we saw so you saw the trailer and you told me about it, and then we saw it at
Hereditary?
the beginning, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then we saw it at the beginning of The Quiet Place, actually. Yes. And Flynn saw it and Sam saw it, and I was just like, oh my god, we need to fucking see this.
I know, right?
So, we only came up with a couple because we didn't really want to talk about too much other than Hereditary, but we did want to do a theme because that's our shtick, like we say.
Themes. Love themes.
And I did have more, but I gave one of mine to Mikayla.
Yeah, I had a really, really hard time with this because there's not a lot of stuff that really sticks with me to the point that I, like, think about it a lot, especially with movies, because I can disassociate that reality unless it's something like The Strangers, where it's something that could happen.
Oh yeah.
Like in like home invasion shit.
Yeah. Like we were talking a while ago about how people have a hard time with horror movies because they tend to associate with them. And you said the reason why you love horror movies so much is because you can disassociate with them.
Yeah, except for home invasion movies.
Yes,
which is why I can't watch those.
I actually do the opposite. I love them because I'm so fucking terrified of them no matter what. I always associate with them. But I think that's also your way of coping, is that you just, like, you're like, nope, I'm out. Well, emotionally.
I mean, so it's kind of a yes and no. I love horror movies just because I love the adrenaline rush of being scared.
Yeah. What is it? One horror movie is like 10 minutes on a treadmill?
Something like that. It's because what? Nightmare on Film Street said they burned like 300 calories watching Hereditary.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Right?
I got like so buff. I have like new muscles.
Your traps are popping. But like stuff with like home invasions, which is why I have a scary sounding dog, by the way.
Well, why didn't you put like The Strangers on this list? Jesus fucking Christ, Mikayla.
Because I didn't think of The Strangers, okay?
Yeah. Well, you can mention that as like a runner-up and why, but we've already kind of talked about why.
Because no, I don't like fucking home invasions. Stay the fuck out of my house.
Well, okay, so do movies like Hush bother you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
If it is person on person and it is something like breaking into somebody's house or stalking somebody, anything along those lines, like The Gift.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, that's fucking fuck. That movie is a lot.
I could have done The Gift too.
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't think of anything apparently. It's fine. It's one of those things where it's like you know a song, but then when you have to say the song, you don't remember the song.
Yeah.
No, I can't do home invasion stuff, so that's my runner-up. All home invasion movies.
Well, okay, so I'll go over mine. Do you want me to just go over mine and then I'll go over yours, or whatever the fuck? You know what I'm trying to say.
We'll do group 1, group 2, discuss.
Okay.
Or
wait.
You'll say your thing, we'll discuss. You'll say your other thing, we'll discuss. You say your third thing, we'll discuss. And then we'll say mine, discuss, mine, discuss.
All right. I got it.
Sick.
I'm not totally here. So my first one is Evil Dead Remake. Because all I literally wrote in my notes was I keep rewatching it, but every time I do, I wonder why, because it takes a while to recover from it. I love it, but it's a lot. It really fucking is a lot. I think when we did our the 80s original versus remake,
yeah,
we did that movie, and that was basically really all we had to say about it, except for in our Patreon episode. But we basically just kept saying it was a lot of bodily horror, whatever. But I think for me, it was the severeness of the gore and the severeness of her demonic presence. Like,
my issue with it was the severeness of the trials. The cutting off your face, the burning of the skin. It was
all very bodily, but like it was in such a way that you can imagine it being you. Like when she cuts her face, it was in this, like, the noise was so the noise was so real and so well done that it was just like, ugh. But like I still have an issue. So when we saw that movie, it was in theaters, and then when we came home, we were living in Los Angeles, and there was this little, like, in our hallway to our front door, there was this crawl space.
Nope.
Exactly, right? So every time I went out to smoke, because I smoked at the time, I would have to,
crawl
like...
spaces.
I would have to turn on all the lights.
Thank you.
I would have to, like, smoke away from the building because, like, I didn't want to be right there. I didn't want to be looking into a dark thing and then see something moving. I didn't want to fucking do it.
I think the crawl space entry is in my sister's room.
Oh, that's fucking creepy.
It's the master, so...
But, like, that's, like, specifically her peeking up that, like, really classic scene of the demon girl popping up.
And just, like, laughing.
And just, like, staring, and, like, her eyes... The way they did her makeup with her eyes also really fucking freaks me out. And anything that has, like, a weird demonic cackle, I can hear it all the time.
So, like, Pennywise?
No.
Because Pennywise does encompass everything you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Especially with the sewer scenes. Anything in the sewers or in the dark is what you're basically saying.
But Pennywise herself. It's
female.
Is creepy, but it overall is not too much for me. I can handle that movie really easily.
She's a pretty spider demon. I love her.
I hope we see that in It Chapter 2.
I'm sure. Oh, I thought you were saying just in, like, Castle Rock.
No.
I was like, I am sure we will.
But I am really fucking excited to get my It Blu-ray because of all those fucking deleted features where you see him, like, or whatever, eating the baby. Like, apparently that was too much. Yeah.
They're going... Oh, we get to see all those fucking pilgrim scenes.
Yep.
Oh
all of the ones
that
were
cut. You are coming the fuck over. Wait, do you have that now?
It was supposed to come today.
Shit.
Yeah. We'll watch it when you get back and when we are fucking recovered from whatever we have now.
I won't recover from it. I'm literally... No, I'll go sweat it all out. There we go.
Exactly. And then you come back
recover.
and you'll be tan and burnt and...
I'll be burnt. I still have fucking tan lines from last year. I showed you that. My fucking temporary tattoo tan lines. God.
But it was just, like, everything about that movie is just a lot. I think the reason why I picked The Evil Dead is because, even though I picked it before we watched Hereditary, I think the last movie that truly made me go, like, holy fuck, and do, like, the hand-holding thing and the hiding behind my hands was this movie. We were watching it, me and Flynn, and because he thought it was going to be, like, the Bruce Campbell one, and I was like, no. And
different movie.
But, like, I had to, like, hold on to him. I was, like, laughing and crying, and I was like, oh, fuck, and it was just amazing. So, Evil Dead remake.
Yeah. One
of my trauma ones. I will always say that I'll never watch it again, but I'll always rewatch it.
You always rewatch it.
Always and forever. Okay, so my second one is The Mist. And this is one of those movies that I'm kind of worried that it's a one and done for me, simply because of the ending.
Oh, they're gonna go over it again. Castle Rock.
Are they actually gonna go over that?
If Castle Rock is encompassing the entire universe,
I hope it's like more horror than it is mystery, because it looks like it could be just pure mystery.
Well, it kind of is. It's like this weird fucking government project that went out of control.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect, but I guess we'll find out. But the whole movie was maybe I'm kind of in my head mixing parts of the TV show with the movie, because
I've seen the movie like 6 times.
There's the scene in my head is where a woman runs up to the door with like her jaw missing and her tongue hanging out. I think that's in the TV show.
That is in the TV show, because there is a point where they're in the grocery store.
Yeah.
They do run to the doors to be like, let me in, but usually they're not missing bodily parts.
Yeah.
Like,
and then
it's a lot more low key in the movie.
Yeah, I hate the idea, like, so that and Silent Hill are the 2 reasons why I hate driving through fog.
I love fog. Like... Oh my god. I love the idea that something can fucking be hiding in mists. Dark? No. Mists? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I've also gotten in like I've almost gotten into 3 accidents while driving through really heavy fog, especially through the San Francisco Bay Area.
Never mind.
So it's all bad, but especially when we're driving over a bridge and there's fog. Ugh. I'm like, it's totally Silent Hill.
Yep, that is.
But what did I say?
So why is it traumatic for you?
The end. If I ever watch again, I'll just stop sometime before that scene. Yeah. So I literally said in my notes, I was like, so I'll probably end up watching it again, and the build up to the scene that really traumatizes me, I could just like cut it off and I'd be like, oh, it's a happy ending. Even though in the back of my head I'd be like, you're a liar. You know what happens.
I should have bought The Mist. Damn it.
It was a short story, but you may know where it is, and it's fucking cheap, so whatever. But it's good.
I love The Mist.
I also love the actor. Who the fuck is the actor?
I don't know. He's good.
Thomas Jane. Thomas Jane is like my fucking favorite actor. I love it. And also, like, I love the fucking crazy religious people in horror movies,
the weird cult crazy.
Especially when they get eaten and murdered. It's great. Let's do yours before we do the runner-ups. Because you don't have any runner-ups, but I have a lot of runner-ups, and I have a lot of, like, other things to talk about. So, what are your 1s and 2s?
So if we're going to go in order of number 1 most traumatizing to number 2 most traumatizing, my number 1's going to be Funny Games.
Which was mine, originally. Just BT Dubs.
Which is fine. I will...
Which is a home invader movie.
It is a home invader movie.
Like, to its core. It is
a sociopathic home invader movie. And with honest conviction, I will never lay eyes on that movie again.
I believe it.
Yeah.
That's one of the things, like, my original notes for it was...
You've seen it 3 times.
I've seen it 3 times, and I have no fucking idea why. Because like, every single fucking time, I'm like, I'm done. I cannot handle this amount of stress. As soon as the egg scene happens, my mind is just in the other room. I space out.
I was texting a couple of friends, and I was also texting Sam while I was watching it.
Oh yeah, he wasn't here.
He was not here. And I told them, I was like, my like anxiety and my stress is through the roof right now. And they're like, are you okay? I was like, I don't think so. But I don't remember the fucking kids' names, the guys' names. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, it never actually matters.
It doesn't matter. But their mannerisms hit too close.
They're so fucking freaky.
The way they speak, how they talk about the rules of the game, like you can't break the rules, you need to follow the rules, all this stuff. Just how they talk and how they're acting like this is totally normal for them.
They have no like empathy towards anything that happens.
I mean, the other kid does. He starts to show remorse at some points, but he goes along with it.
But it's never like he shows remorse, but then he's like, "Oh, okay."
Well,
like,
it's like
he bounces back and forth. He scares me the most because he's the most childlike.
But it's not remorse towards what's happening to the family.
What?
It's I fucked up. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So he feels remorse against his own actions, but never against the actions or the events taking place to the people.
Yeah, neither of them give a shit about what's happening to the family, especially not the
leader.
When you start the movie, you're coming in, the whole family's coming in, and it's that weird fucking confusion of like calm music versus like screeching.
Oh yeah. So okay, I will give it that. It is very similar in like opening confusions to like things like Insidious and Cabin in the Woods when they're just like talking and all of a sudden the bright red same thing happens is that it's just like this family listening
and
to like
they're comparing classical music. They're trying to guess classics.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden
it's screeching, screaming, like
metal
weird. It's not
demon
even
music.
It's not even like so when I say like screaming metal music, it's not screamo. It's like it sounds like people just yelling.
It's just like it's screeching.
Yeah.
Like literally what you just said, screeching metal music.
And then
for like a good solid 5 minutes while the credits roll at the beginning.
It is so fucking long. And it sets you into this like this distorted like what the fuck is going on feeling.
Yeah. Because it's just this family still like while the music is going on,
they're just having a good time.
They're just talking and chatting and laughing and but you can't hear them.
You can't hear
just
that.
Hear the music.
And then when the freaky fucking confusion music fades, they drive up to their neighbor's house and they're like, "Hey guys, like, are we doing X, Y, and Z thing?" And they're like acting really weird.
Yeah.
And they have these two guys in white with them.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna put the boat out in 20 minutes. You guys want to come help us?" And they like were silent for like 30 seconds. And then they're like, "Yeah, we'll be out in like 20 minutes." And we're like, what the fuck?
Like, why the fuck did it take you so long to answer?
Yeah, and they're like, that was really weird. And then they go home and mind their own business. And then the neighbor comes over with one of the guys.
Mm-hmm. Helps him with the boat.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, this is my friend." And you're like, I don't know if that's your friend. I was like, that's not your friend.
Yeah.
I'm like shaking talking about it. This movie really fucked me up.
It's a really fucked up movie.
And then, so that's the first time you meet the older, more dominant one.
The leader of the pair.
Of the two, yeah. And then later, the wife is in the kitchen.
And the childlike one comes over.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, the neighbor is cooking for a bunch of people and she needs eggs." And she's like, "All right, well, cool, I'll give her eggs. That's fine." And he knocks her cell phone into the water. And it's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah." And she's like, "Fuck, can you just fucking leave?"
Well, no, so like, he asks for the eggs, she gives him the eggs, he breaks the eggs, comes back in.
Oh yeah, because he fucking drops them.
But the weird thing is that he fucking literally will not leave and demands more eggs.
Yeah.
And that just repeats for like a good 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing is so strange.
The first one was he tripped over the dog bowl.
Yeah.
The second one was he knocked her phone in the sink, and then he got the carton of eggs.
Yeah.
Because she gave him a little carton.
And then the dog scared him.
Scared him.
Quote.
But then what really gets under your skin is that's when the second guy shows up.
Yeah.
And you're like, where the fuck did you come from?
And then he starts like accusing her, like, why aren't you giving her eggs? Like,
right?
Why are you being so mean? And
right,
we're sitting here like,
I'm like, no. You, because that's gaslighting. He was gaslighting her, and I was like, oh my god.
But that's like literally how it goes. When the husband comes down, they beat him with one of the golf clubs
because he hit him.
He hits him because they won't leave. He's like, "Can you please leave?" And he like.
But this was also after they beat the dog to death.
Yeah, the dog's dead.
Sorry, guys.
Dog dies in like the first 30 minutes.
You don't see it. You do see the dog's body.
You hear it, and then you see the dog's body.
You don't see it happen. It is traumatizing hearing it.
There's so many things.
I'm sorry, speaking of the dog, that fucking hot and cold game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate it.
It's all really bad. But basically for the next hour, you're psychologically tortured.
You're fucking stuck.
Just like them, literally you're stuck. Yeah. And then just with all this weird stuff.
And then, okay. I literally have written in my notes, "Stop breaking the fourth wall. I hate you." There are points where they're both sitting in the living room. So they broke dad's knee. One, like, fucking shattered it. So they have him in the living room. And they're, like, telling the family to do shit. I think it was when they were telling the wife to take off her clothes. Yeah. And the leader, crazy, he looks straight into the camera and he's like, "You're rooting for them, aren't you?" And I'm like, no. Yeah. Don't fucking bring me into this.
But that's why it's so fucking brutal. It's just, it literally sucks you in and you can't escape.
Oh, it's fucking scary.
Especially when we're watching it for a purpose, like the podcast.
Oh my god. I literally, Sam and Julia and all them, they were like, "Just turn it off." And I was like, "I can't turn it off." And they're like, "Read a plot synopsis." I'm like, "I can't turn it off." It's like, we have to watch this.
Yeah, and then the fucking, like, you don't see it, but the child's head gets blown off, and then, like, you just hear
that fucked me up. Yeah. You know what? Because that was the big one when the second, more childish one was like, "I'm sorry," and the dude, crazy, he was like, "Well, that's why you don't, like, you have to follow the rules. When you play the counting game, you do the person after the last number." Yeah. And I was like, ugh.
But they still just went along with it. And, like, it's just, no one survives.
No one survives. They made a bet. The bet was, if they survived past 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Because it was, like, 9 p.m. They were like, if you survive for 12, like, do you bet that you'll survive for 12 hours?
And then we'll just leave. But then, like, at, like, it was, like, 6 or 7 in the morning. And they're like, well, we should just get on with it, right?
Oh, it was 8. Because they were hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, they looked at their watch and they were like, "Oh, it's like 8:15. And they push her over the side of the boat. And the more childish one was like, "Why? We had plenty of time." And he's like, the old one was like, "I'm kind of hungry." And then they go. So, in the middle of all this, one of the neighbors, this is all like rich people's vacation homes, by the way.
Country club status with golf, shit like that. Things.
Golf, sailboats, all sorts of fun stuff. One of the neighbors across the lake, they come through and they're like, "Oh, hi, like, how long are you guys here, blah, blah, blah." And then Crazy Psycho, he was like, "Oh, aren't you guys the one at the Red Dock?" And I was like, "Oh, no." He basically confirms where they live, yeah. Oh, no.
And then, yeah, at the end of the movie, it repeats. He goes over, he knocks on the door.
And he asks for eggs.
Asks for fucking eggs.
But it wasn't the childish one that started it this time. It was the older one.
It was the older one. And then the music starts. He looks into the camera.
He looks into the fucking camera.
And the music starts again. The screaming metal music. It's just,
no, they use that screaming metal music in the movie, too. They use it when he's hunting down the child. Yeah. He's like, "How about we play some music so you can't hear me walking through the house?" Yeah, because the kid escapes at some point. Music. But yeah, the kid goes over to the house next door and finds everybody dead. Yay.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
No, it's not.
Honestly, though, like, if you are truly into fucking yourself up and want, like, a masterpiece of fucking yourself up, watch this movie. It's not the, I think it's Swedish. It's a remake of the Swedish.
American one.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's Swedish or Norwegian.
I think you said it was Swedish.
Finnish or something, but it's a remake.
It is an almost exact remake.
Exact. So, like, if you speak the language of the original one, watch the original one, but this one is much more, because you don't have to read subtitles, and you'll get,
or read subtitles like I have to. It's fine.
It's just really good. So, Funny Games, 2007, 2008, something like that.
Something like that. My big thing for you is if you have issues or if you've had contact with sociopaths and you can't deal with that kind of trauma, don't watch it.
Yeah, it's really brutal.
It's really hard.
In the end, it's fucking brutal.
It's the worst. I will never watch that movie again. If that movie ever comes into my house again, I might scream.
Number two,
Splinter,
which we've talked about.
We have talked about. You guys have definitely listened to me freak out about Splinter. I cannot do the sounds of bones breaking.
So, like, everything, like, literally the creature is breaking. Like, that's just how you describe the sound, is breaking.
Yeah, like, the creatures, when they've been taken over by this weird splinter virus thing, they, like, contort their bodies and just break their bones in the process. And it's, like...
It's brutal.
It's really fucking brutal.
So brutal.
All the cracking of the bones and all the twitchy fucking splinter sounds and
the rattling, like it's almost like a snake.
Yeah.
Or like it's like searching for something. Like it reminds me of like
echolocation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's searching for body heat, because that's
exactly
spoiler alert. It goes by heat source.
Yeah.
But then, like, the way they move, so, like, at one point, it collects a bunch of body parts, and it just kind of, like, carries it around in, like, such, like, a...
Because every part of it's dead.
Marionette doll. Like, it's very similar to that.
Yeah.
And then, like, just flings itself towards people while, like, spewing this tar substance. It's beautiful.
It's not beautiful. It was bad.
The movie was good, but it's horrifying.
That's another one I won't watch again.
But yeah, we've talked about it a lot. But
I've almost like vomited about it because I just can't.
Especially the scene with the guy in the gas
in his
station.
fucking hand, because it's so unexpected. It's like he's looking at his fucking hand and then it just goes. And I'm like,
it's so sudden. It's not even. There's no warning.
I literally, my hands jerked back into like push-up position and my neck just went craned. I was like, I can't do it.
Protect all the bones.
I know. I'm like, no. It's no, I can't do it. No.
It's brutal.
No, I don't like
it.
I don't like it.
So I have a non-horror runner-up, and then I have a couple that I want to mention, just because I don't think I'll ever see them, but I probably fucking should. Just like you needed to see Funny Games.
I did not need to see it. I could have lived my whole life not knowing that movie existed.
Well, we can thank Teal for that.
Yeah, fuck you, Teal.
Okay, so the movie that I wanted to have a runner-up, it is not horror, because I couldn't really think of any other horror movies, besides Funny Games, which was my original one, is Requiem for a Dream.
I love that movie.
It is the most brutal depiction of any kind of fucked up mental breakdown. It is like the part with the arm, like infecting the arm.
Mm-hmm.
But just the movie breaks you down from the word go. It just starts to slowly make you go insane, because
it eats at you.
It
the entire
really
time,
eats at you. It's the only movie that I think about constantly. Unfortunately, it's like, I can't even describe it. It was like, I'm obsessed with the movie. I will never watch it again, but I'm obsessed with the music. The Requiem for a Tower was based off of that music.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love it. And then, Jennifer Connelly is beautiful, and Jared Leto is a really good crack addict. And was it Marlon Wayans? Was the
I don't know actor
friends?
names, unfortunately.
And then Ellen Burstyn plays his mother, and it's so good. It is just a mental clusterfuck of someone going insane from being on too much drugs, or just living living in general. You will go insane, but it's amazing. But it was one of those things. My ex said to my husband that, oh yeah, you should totally watch it. It's got this really hot sex scene at the end of the movie. And then he watched it and he was like, what the fuck was he talking about? And I'm like, yeah, if anyone has seen the movie, you fucking know what I'm talking about. It is the least sexy thing you will ever see. It's all so fucking brutal. Oh my god. Yeah, it's brutal. It's beautiful, but it hurts your mind. It hurts your body. It makes you cringe. It makes you almost cry. And at that one point where it's the POV camera when she's vomiting, it's so brutal.
Oh, I can't.
It really
vomiting.
just sits with me. But the last couple of movies, a few movies actually, so these are two movies that I refuse to see, even though the second one I actually probably should see, and that is
see the first one too.
Human Centipede and Maniac, the one with Elijah Wood, which is a remake of, I think, 1970 something or 1980 something. But I've seen enough clips of Human Centipede to have basically seen the movie. And
the second you see the diagram of what the Human Centipede is, you've seen the movie.
Exactly.
You see them struggle to try to get free, hurt themselves like crazy, and then get like trained by crazy psycho dude. And that's the movie.
Yeah, pretty much. But then, okay, so it looks like a beautiful film though. Like,
I mean, cinematically it is or cinematography, whatever.
Yeah.
It is. The scenery is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, it is a really beautifully filmed film.
Yeah.
But if I could take all of the characters out of the film and just look at everything else, I'd be happy.
Just a scenery,
the
like,
scenery,
slideshow.
surgery table, stuff like that. Like, I'd be fine with that movie. That's my favorite movie right there. Boom.
But the second one is Maniac, and we have to see it because you really want to see that side of Elijah Wood.
I want to see that side of Elijah Wood so fucking bad.
I've mentioned I said it again.
Sin
City, which is very similar but not nearly as brutal. But
well, I haven't seen Sin City.
Okay.
I have seen comedy Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
I have seen fantasy Elijah Wood. I have seen serious Elijah Wood, but I have not seen psycho Elijah Wood. And I want to see psychotic.
It's really
Elijah
scary.
Wood.
But the clips that I've seen, I think I've only ever actually seen one clip.
The scalping clip?
The scalping when he starts slicing into her back and then ends up scalping her in the end.
He's like, Mommy, you're not going out.
Exactly. But the sound, the scream she makes when he's scalping her.
Can you imagine being scalped? I'd make that same fucking
I don't
scream.
ever want to imagine being scalped. And that's why I don't want to watch this movie. But I have to because it looks like an amazing film. So specifically what I showed you when he's cutting into her back. So when you cut yourself and any human cuts themselves, the blood doesn't just spew out of you. The blood takes a second to come through all the layers of skin. If you've ever been
cut by a cat with their claws and shit,
you know it just doesn't squirt blood.
What it is.
Yeah. But this is exactly how it looks. It looks like he's just cutting into her back flesh. And it's just...
It's so funny. Because at first, before she starts bleeding, it looks like he's just grazing her. Like he's doing like a tickle finish.
And then she moves and it kind of like flexes. And like that whole scene, like I have nightmares about that. And I haven't even seen the movie. But like I'll probably just end up closing my eyes during that scene. Or like sitting there like clenching like, everything.
Watching through your eyelashes. You're like,
Yeah, you can't look away. But we really should watch it. We should just get it over with. But I don't want to.
I think about that movie a lot.
Maniac?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I think about it a lot because
you think about watching it? Yeah,
because of how deep the like need for me to watch it is.
Yeah.
Like it's like a
drugs.
It's like an itch you can't scratch. Yeah. Like I need to scratch that itch and then I'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I need to see it at least once. If it fucking traumatizes me, then we add it to the list.
Yeah.
There we go.
So okay, Maniac, Human Centipede. Probably never going to see Human Centipede because I pretty much have already seen it. Maniac, we are going to see eventually. And there's one that is on Netflix right now. I think both of them, Creep. Well, that's the movie, Creep. Creep 1 and 2, I think, are on Netflix right now.
Yes.
And I've read the entire plot synopsis of Creep.
I haven't read anything about Creep.
And it is one of the most... Just reading the plot synopsis gave me a panic attack. So it is unfortunately one of the like top movies on Rotten Tomatoes. So we're going to have to watch it because it's part of the series that we're going to be doing. So we're going to have to fucking watch it. But until then, I'm going to be nervous. We should just like get those movies out of the way and then Maniac out of the way. Just like all in one. Just rip off the Band-Aid.
Yeah, right.
It's a Blumhouse feature. Of course. Fucking love Blumhouse.
Oh god, is it another one that I'm not going to be able to deal with? Ugh, looks like it.
Probably. But
something along the same lines as
like
The Gift.
More brutal than The Gift. The Gift but doesn't have very much like body brutality.
No, it's just weird.
It's psychological brutality.
Mask rape.
Exactly. That's it. So we had a really fun day watching Hereditary.
Yeah.
My pretty traumatizing movies are The Evil Dead remake and The Mist, and Mikayla's are Fun and Games and Splinter. And then I have a couple of runner-ups of Human Centipede and Maniac, and also Creep. And then my non-horror traumatic movie is Requiem for a Dream. I think all of these movies you need to see at least once. I know you're going to say no against the one that you have on your list, but I think a lot of these are pretty classic at this point. Not like classic, like, oh, hey, it's classic, like The Shining, but like contemporary masterpieces. Even though they fuck you up to your core.
Yeah.
They are pretty masterful. Yeah,
masterfully done? I don't know. I was just thinking about, since the topic is also like movies that really stuck with you, a good runner-up for me would be the number 23.
Yeah,
I think about that movie at least once a day.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why I also had since we cut it down, so your runner-up would be now the number 23. I had a lot of runner-ups, but my original one that I actually switched Funny Games out for was Gerald's Game, the Netflix original.
Yeah,
the psychological torture that she goes through really messes me up, like the flashbacks to her father.
That was really fucked up. It's the problem that she runs into with that is when you're left alone, like
you just go insane.
You can't fucking help it.
Yeah.
Your husband's dead on
She's
the floor
literally
being eaten by a dog.
But it was the same problem that you had with Funny Games, is that they're trapped.
Yeah, there's
she had
nothing
nowhere to
she
go.
can do.
Yeah.
I think the best part of Gerald's Game, which I wish they had touched more on him, was the Moon Man. Yeah. And the fact that he was real. Yeah. He was actually there. Yeah. That was really cool. I really liked that ending court scene where he's like yelling at her, "You're not real, you're not real." And she's like, "All right, I guess you were."
That happened.
Yeah.
But moving on, because I am too traumatized.
I like that movie. I have like a hit and miss about that movie. Yeah. It's okay. We're not talking about that movie. So your recommendations were basically everything?
Well, no, my recommendation is The Mist, because like overall it's a fun movie. It's a brutal movie, but it's really fun. It's
not nearly as brutal as you might remember.
No, it's not.
It's emotionally draining.
The whole movie itself is fine. Yeah. Just that last like 10 minutes is heartbreaking.
Bit is horrendously emotionally draining. Yeah. If you've seen the TV show and not the movie, go see the movie and turn off the TV show forever.
Never ever watch the TV show again.
Yeah, there's literally no point. One, because it got canceled way too early. Mm-hmm. Two, there's literally no point. No. Just watch the fucking movie. There's actually monsters in the movie. Yeah.
Big boy.
Oh, they're babies. I love them.
What's your recommendation?
My recommendation between the two, which I don't think you should watch either of them, but it's fine, would be Splinter. Because nobody should ever watch Funny Games. I want every copy burned.
It will traumatize you. It is a movie that I try to forget about all the time, but every time some kind of fucked up movie conversation comes up, I'm like, oh, Funny Games. And I'm like, fuck, why did I say that?
No, just watch Splinter. Splinter was really good for being like a one location indie film.
Great indie film.
Really, really great. And very much from the very beginning unsettling. Yeah. Because like when they decide they're not going to camp anymore, and then they pick up this random crazy lady, and you're like,
super duper crazy.
You like follow the hunch of the boyfriend where you're like, no, let's not pick her up. Yeah. So, and then the fucking girlfriend, whatever, it's fine. But between the two, Splinter was better. I just can't do bone breaking sounds.
So our Patreon special is going to be the Hereditary thing, like I've said. Don't fucking do that! Why?
Oh, I had to. I'm sorry.
Everyone hates you now.
I know, it's great.
Okay, but then our next episode is really fun. I'm really fucking excited, even though it's your theme. I'm really excited about it. And it's Crazy Cults.
It's okay.
Why? What?
It's okay.
What's okay? Are you not excited about it?
I'll tell you why I'm less excited about it now. 'Cause your boy that you're talking about is dead. And my boy that I wanted to psychologically analyze is dead. And I'm very upset about it still.
Yeah, but the act still happened, and it still fucked up people.
I know, but now I can't.
It's still a thing.
I can't talk to him though. Anyways, yeah. Next episode will be really fun.
It's really fun. I'm excited because I really want her to watch the movie that I have planned. I've talked about it. Yep. And I love it. It just blew my mind. Anyways, okay, so I wanted to remind everybody about our upcoming Stephen King month, which is the month of July. Yeah. And we're also going to have, all the Stephen King stuff starting on July 1st leads up to our King Fest 2018, which will premiere on the last Sunday in July. I think it's July
27th? No,
29th.
It's
the 29th, yeah. I posted all of our information about it on Instagram, in our stories. There's like a black and white picture of Stephen King with a bunch of shit on it.
Yes.
If you have any questions, please contact either of us on Instagram, Twitter, or email at rainbowsandhorrormovies@gmail.com. And you can also find our new book club on Goodreads, which is
RAHM Podcast Book Club.
Yeah. I think you can just search for it. And then I also put the link in our link tree on our Instagrams. But yeah, and then we'll also announce our book of the month on July 1st as well. So yeah, you can find our bonus content. I'm not going to say blogs anymore because that's just too fucking confusing. All of our bonus content, like our Black Hat Club episodes and stuff. You can find that at patreon.com/RAHM podcast. You can find us on social media at RAHM podcast. Like I said, contact us anywhere, social media or via email at rainbowsandhorrormovies@gmail.com. If you want to add me on Instagram or Twitter, it's at VKDub, K with 2 Y's. And Mikayla on Instagram is at Interstellar Camper, and on Twitter she is That Girl Mikayla, spelled weird apparently.
Yeah, there's like 3 people that have it, so it's Mikayla. Boom. Not Michael with an A.
Okay, so yeah. But I hope you guys had fun, and I hope that you all go see Hereditary because it's fucking phenomenal.
Please see it.
Go see it.
Like, okay, I know all the reviews and shit say it's the fucking scariest movie ever, and it's really, really, really nerve-wracking, but everybody needs to see it.
It's gonna be a classic. It's an event horror movie that no one should miss.
Yeah, no, definitely see it. And if you cannot stand to see it in theaters, definitely see it after it comes out. Yeah. Like, do not miss the opportunity to see this movie.
Yeah. Rent it, buy it, and then give it to someone else or something.
See it once. One and done, whatever. At least see it once.
It's totally worth it. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. Bye.